Hey girls, so this week's this week's topic for Growing Our Kids is starting solids. So when Harry was born, the World Health Organization's recommendation was to begin solids between 4 and 6 months, and he probably started at about 4.5 months. And I did pureed food with him. And then Charlie, he started at about, it was still the same, so he started at about 5.5 months. He was a really good breastfeeder, so for a long time he was very, very well sustained on breast milk. So, and with Matilda, by that stage, the World Health Organization's recommendation was to exclusively breastfeed or formula feed until 6 months. So she didn't start solids until 6 months, and she was, we did the same with her: pureed foods, mushy foods, like little bits of chunks, and then building up to finger foods by the time she was 1. With Amelia, we did baby-led weaning, and baby-led weaning was so much easier, and it took a lot of the pressure off too. She started at just after 6 months, and it just started with her taking a bean or a piece of carrot off my plate and putting it in her mouth. And she didn't eat anything for a long time. I gave her some of our food, and she probably had a little tiny bit of it, but not a lot. But instead of, I remember with the others thinking, oh, they're not eating as much as so-and-so's child is. They should be having half a cup of rice cereal and half a cup of vegetables, and she's not eating 3 meals a day, and I was panicking because they weren't having enough. With baby-led weaning, it's so much easier because they get what they need. They eat what they need, and you don't have to force them to take anything, and they'll eat as much as they want. And some days she'd be really hungry and she'd eat, I'd think, wow, she's really eating a lot today. And then the next day she wouldn't eat anything. And the other good thing was knowing and remembering all along that because she was breastfed as well, breastfeeding is the most important thing for the first 12 months. And that introducing solids with baby-led weaning is really about experimentation. Experimenting with taste, experimenting with texture, experimenting with different types of foods, and that's how I made it. I made it so that it was fun for her to try different things, but if she didn't eat a whole lot of it, it didn't matter because she had other stuff. And her diet is so much better than what the other kids were. At this point in time, they were starting to say, no more vegetables, no more vegetables, I don't want vegetables. And she's still loving them, and she'll try anything, like anything at all. And the kids, the other 3 are really, really quite picky eaters, and especially Matilda. Like, she's a very, very bad eater. So I've seen a lot of positive signs from using baby-led weaning. I really, really don't recommend starting solids before they're 6 months. Before they're 6 months, they shouldn't need it. I mean, if you do, I would suggest getting a doctor's recommendation, because really they should get all the nutrition and all the sustenance they need from breast milk or formula before 6 months. There's no limit to what you can feed to your child when it's baby-led weaning. If you're having a stir fry, I just did the stir fry but didn't put the soy sauce on. And she tried that. I just kept a small bowl for her and put the soy sauce on the rest for Mick and I to have. And yeah, she loved just trying stuff like that. She loves pasta, like big chunks of pasta. I bought some kids' ravioli with cheese and whatnot in it this week for her to try because she really likes pasta, so I'd like her to try that and see if she likes that. She'll try it. She'll try anything. Whereas the other kids will go, no, I'm not eating that. I don't like it, even though they've never tried it. So, I mean, the difference for me was that, yeah, baby-led weaning was a lot easier to do. I didn't have to worry about taking a whole lot of mushy foods out with me. I mean, she still has, I still feed her a yogurt because she's a very messy eater, and I still feed her cereal every now and then, but most of the time she can pretty much do it herself. And if we go anywhere, any restaurants, or, you know, if we went to cafes or anything, she could have a bit of my toasted sandwich, or, you know, she could have a bit. She tried eggplant and, oh God, artichoke and everything. Like, she'll try anything, and it's been really good. So I'd recommend looking it up, looking into, there are a lot of other videos on YouTube. I know Obbsandlala did a good introduction to baby lead weaning that they did with Liam. That's a really good one to check out. And I'll put the link in the description bar, because that was a really good one to watch around the time I was doing it as well. So I hope that helps, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.